The Legend of Zelda has a ton of lore among its lengthy series of games. Some are extremely memorable, while others require a bit more digging and thought. One such aspect on the lore that is often questioned is from Ocarina of Time, when Ganondorf met with the King of Hyrule. The how and why is often talked about when addressing these loose tidbits of story. Why would the king meet with someone who is known as the King of the Gerudo, in extension, a King of Thieves, whose magical prowess was no secret among the land of Hyrule? How did Ganondorf come to gain an audience with the King of Hyrule, despite this history and constant warning from Princess Zelda? The purpose of these meetings were to ensure that Ganondorf swore allegiance and loyalty to the land of Hyrule and her king. But one would think that precautions will be taken to ensure that the fallout of the events of Ocarina of Time wouldn't happen. However, the answer lies in the pervading information within that specific time of Hyrule that truly affected Link's journey and the inhabitants of the land. Have you heard about the Hyrulean Civil War? This is a war that was subtly referenced at specific points within the story of Ocarina of Time, but had crucial effects on the outlining for the story. For countless years lost to time, the various tribes and factions were caught up in a terrible war that kept the land of Hyrule fractured. It was during this battle that Link's mother was gravely injured, and in order to ensure her child would escape the fires of war, entered the forbidden Kokiri Forest to leave her baby in the care of the great Deku Tree. Not only did this war act as a catalyst for Link's destiny, but also for Ganondorf's. As by the end of the war, the main lands and tribes of Hyrule were united under the King of Hyrule, and most of the land was unified under the kingdom's banner, all save for one tribe, the Gerudo. While the Gerudo Desert region is technically outside of Hyrule's borders, after the war, the harsh environment belonging to the thieves came to be governed by the kingdom and within its control. However, the people of that land have yet to be sworn in as Hyruleans. This is where Ganondorf comes into play, and this is the reason why Ganondorf met with the King of Hyrule. It is due to the fallout of the Hyrulean Civil War and the king's strong urgency for peace that allowed a killer among their quarters. Ganondorf, being a brilliant tactician, used this opportunity to lie to the king and the kingdom of Hyrule in order to move freely around the land in an attempt to gain access to the spiritual stones, the Ocarina of Time, and his end goal, the Triforce. It is thanks to the scars of the Hyrulean Civil War that allowed the kingdom to drop its guard and open itself for an attack by the Gerudo King, and that is why Ganondorf met with the king. I love talking about Zelda lore. For more episodes concerning various aspects of the story from The Legend of Zelda, subscribe to the channel and like the video. I also talk about a ton of Zelda lore on my Zelda live streams over on Twitch. Leave a comment or a question below to keep the conversation going. And until the next one, I've been HMK, and I'll check you guys later.